Hi guys, this is Avi, and in this tutorial I'm gonna teach you about variables in C++. So variables in mathematics, variables are something that does not have a specific value. We assign values to variables. So it is basically the same thing in programming as well. So here you can see I have written a short story like there was once a man named Sham. He was 16 years old. Sham likes to play soccer. This 16-year-old boy is crazy. So here you can see I have written a very short story, and suppose that I did not want to, or I want to change this name Sham, and this 16 years old. I want to change these values, but it is not. One method is to I can just manually cancel these and write whatever the value I want to write. So, but this does not work if our code would have been like hundreds and thousands of lines long, because no one would ever sit around and will change these value manually. So in that case variables are used. Variables are something that we assign the values of variables and just write and just these variables automatically change the data inside it. So let's get started. So I'm going to write a variable here. So to write a variable we first need to give some information to the computer. So the first information that we have to give is what kind of data we are gonna store in the variable. So suppose it can be text, a plain text, or it can be numbers, or it can be special characters. So in so we so first we have to just assign a plain text. So we're gonna write string data type, and then the next information that we have to give to computer is that we have to assign a name for that value. So here it is written Sham, so we're gonna write as character name, right? And then equal to sign, and then quotation marks, and then in between these quotation marks I'm gonna assign the value that I want to change. So like I want to change it to Ram. Wait. And then to end this line I'm just gonna terminate this code of line or line of code, so by a semicolon. So remember one thing, whenever you write a C++ code, you might have to just put a semicolon in after every line of code you write. So the next variable I'm gonna enter is the age. So age is not a text, it is not an character, it is a number, it is a whole number, right? So for whole numbers we write int, that is the short form of integers. So integers are basically the whole numbers, so we're gonna just assign the data type as int, and then we're gonna assign the name of the variable. So here it is age, so I'll write as character age. So if you don't want to assign the values just right now, so you can just terminate this line of code and assign whenever and wherever in the code you want to assign it. Suppose I can assign it right here, so that I will enter that character age and then equals to sign, and just you can change the value or assign the values that you have to enter in variables. So suppose I have to enter 17 here. So remember one thing, that like as string text you don't have to put quotation marks in a number form, so you can just write the number as it is, and then we're gonna terminate this line and after by a semicolon. So we're done assigning the character variables. So now we have to change these values here. So I'm gonna get rid of this Sham, and then after the quotation mark I'm again gonna put this lesser than signs, and in between these two lesser than signs I'm gonna enter the name of the variable that I have assigned it to. Suppose I'm gonna enter this character name, so I'll just copy it and paste it here. The same I might have to do it in here also, but remember that this text is in between between the line. So for that we first need to get rid of this, and then you can see this he was. So we're gonna assign the string to its own. Suppose that I can just put what happened. Suppose that I can just put a quotation mark after here, and then we're gonna assign a string to here to its own, like this own. This is a own specific string. So for that I again need to just put the semicolon, sorry, this quotation mark, and then in between these two quotation marks I'm gonna put these two lesser than signs, and in between these signs I'm again gonna put this character age, because I want to change this character age. I'm gonna copy it from here and then paste in here, and then I'm gonna do the same thing in here as well as here. So I'm just gonna do it and then talk to you later. Yeah, so it is done, and you can just see that I did the same thing as I did here. I just between in between these lesser than signs I just enter the name of the variables. So it is gonna give me the same result as it would have if it would have given me before these before when I put the variables. So let's just build and run this program. Yeah, so here you can see that it is giving me there was a man named Ram. He was 17 years old. Ram likes to play soccer. This 17-year boy is crazy. So yeah, this is the same result I would have gotten when I did not just put when I did not put the correct this variables. So yeah, this is all much about variables, and in the next video I'm gonna talk about the data types. The data types are the types of data that we enter in the variables. Suppose I've just talked about two data types here, like string and integer, which is basically the simple text and numbers. In later video I'm gonna talk about more of the variables, more of the data types. Till then, hang around and enjoy, and thank you.